What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trend Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. And guys, the markets seem to be starting to normalize. So we're going to talk about that today because we've been dealing with craziness for like a year now, right? COVID and elections and cryptocurrency going crazy and all kinds of stuff happening in our world. And now we're getting into that place where we're starting to see a little bit of balance. We're starting to see things come back to normal, and I'm going to talk about that in today's video. Very, very important and very big opportunity to start catching some major movement. Not that we haven't already, because, you know, we do this around here. We've been catching these pips, the whole team been eating, but now we're starting to come back to a normal market. So we're about to get into that. If this video brings you value, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's going to help me get it to more and more people so more and more people can get value just like everybody else, all right? If you want to become a student, go to trendtrading.academy. And if you want the merch, hey, if you want that journal, go to tradeandgetpaid.com and go ahead and get that merch today. For now, let's get to the chart.
Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. When you trade and get paid, trade and get paid, trade and get paid, trade and get paid, trade and get paid. Oh yeah, trade and get paid, trade and get paid.
All that being said is, I told you guys, as soon as this election and COVID and stuff go away, we're going to see regulation come back to the market. We're going to see normalcy come back to the market. Things that have been moving abnormally are going to start coming back to where they're supposed to be, right? And well, look at this, guys. Let me show you something real quick on the weekly chart. All right, look at the weekly chart here. I want you to see something here. This right here is the beginnings of COVID. Y'all can see that on my screen. This is the beginnings of COVID right here. Right here, we had Aussie fires, we had COVID, and these big spikes were COVID. Price was trying to be right here. If you can go back and watch a lesson. Go back 1 year ago from today and watch the lesson I taught, and in the advanced class, and you'll see the I went over this whole entire breakdown. But COVID started, gave us a big, huge spike. What do I mean by that? Well, look, when we look at the bigger picture here, this is the weekly chart. Look at this. This is the weekly chart, right? Let me show you something, right? Some of you who have been in my class for a while, you already know where I'm going with this. Look at that upward swinging channel. That channel's been rocking since, look, what's the date right here? What's that date? September of 2016. We had that big move down, had that hard rejection right there. You see that big hard rejection, and which started this upward swinging channel that we have been in since 2016. Bro, that's almost, it's at four years now, 4.5 years, something like that. We've been in that channel for a long time. And then we got this breakout. Now, I believe that this breakout was premature. And I believe what really happened was this. That happened. You say, what do you mean? Watch this. Let me show you something crazy. Look right here, from where price was wanting to be to where price ended up. We had a 1,400 pip abnormality that corrected. Look at this. It basically corrected overnight, right? Like 3 weeks, it corrected. So we ended up catching this swing all the way down, right from here, we caught it all the way down. Now, I told everybody, I'm not sure if it breaks out, it might break out. I don't know. But what I did tell everybody was this. We had at least 1,300 pips because the banks are not going to lose money. This happened, and the bank said, wait a minute, I need to get my money back. That was abnormal. And yeah, we got the correction, but they want their money back. Look what happened down here. We came out of the channel, right? So you see that little breakout right here. So come right here. And look where we are. Oh, sorry. Hold up. Right? Outside of the channel. We're about 1,100 pips outside of the channel. Okay? So we've made up almost within a couple hundred pips, we've made up what they lost on the top side. Now, some of that they gained back. Now, here's the funny part. Look at this. We have 1,300 pips from normalcy to top, and we have 1,100 pips from breakout to bottom. What do we have from here to normalcy right here? We have 380 pips. So the same 200 pips that we're missing up here, we're missing down here. Okay? The same 200 pips that we're missing up here, we're missing down here. What I'm telling you is that when we have correction in the market, I truly believe there's a very strong chance, let me get my annotation, that we break back inside this channel and we complete this pattern. Now, it's funny that if that does happen, it does so in the form of a rounded bottom, which is a buy signal. Okay? So what I'm saying is I think that there's a good chance, I'm not saying it's a definite, but I think that there's a good chance that we end up doing something like this. Maybe we end up kind of pulling back and then pushing up. Okay? I think once we break this area right here, once we break back inside that line, we're going to get massive push up to come and test that level up there. Okay? And I think that is going to bring us back to normalcy. That right there is going to bring us back to normalcy in the market. And at that point, then, we should be looking at, normal movement like we would normally have. And so all of this, I believe, are due to outside influence in the market and not normal market movement. Okay? We had 1, the start. 2, so really the first touch. 2, 3, and then the breakout. On the top, we had the start. 1, 2, then the fakery. Okay? I still think we need a true third touch up here. So, I don't think that's going to happen overnight, but I think that, we're going to probably get another true touch on the top before getting whatever we're going to see happen. Some people, some market analysts think that GA particularly and GBP NZD are going to be pushing bullish for a long time to come. I kind of agree. I think we could essentially end up back up here in this area. And if that happens, we're talking big movement up like that. And I don't know that it's going to necessarily happen as a breakout, one big move. I just think what happens, right? If this channel continues, this is 4.5 years. Let's say that continues for another, year and a half. Pushes up, pushes up, pushes up, right? It doesn't have to come in one big jump. But if that channel holds another couple of touches, well, look, we're right back up there, ain't we? So all I'm saying is I think that we have a lot of potential for some big movement to come, and we just needed to get some normalcy back to the markets. All right. Now, with that being said, isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Right to the golden zone. All right. And now watch this. Where are we going? What I tell you guys. All right. Boom. Just like that. Once that happens, where are we going to be at? So instead of rejecting the golden zone, what happens if it breaks through? We get a 100% completion. Even when the markets are abnormal, the markets still obey technical analysis. Why? Because I've told you a million times, fundamentals and market sentiment and all that stuff, particularly news and fundamentals, do not negate or get rid of technicals. What they do sometimes is they may delay or make them happen even quicker. It only affects speed. It does not affect technicals. Technicals are going to play out because this is what the banks have set up. And to be honest with you, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris are not as powerful as the banks. Just being real with you. Right? They do not have as much control in our world as the banks. The truth is, if we really wanted to be woke, as they call it, we would not be voting only for presidents, but we would be voting for bank officials because they are the ones that control the money and they're the ones who have all the power. George Soros is the one behind pulling the strings. You know what I mean? The billionaires, they're the ones behind pulling the strings. You feel me? Notice how we have a say in all the political positions, but we don't have a say in who controls our money. Well, that's another topic for another time. But all I'm saying is there's a lot to happen. And when the banks are the ones who set the technicals, trust and believe the banks are not going to be defeated. The banks are not going to take losses because of presidents, governors, sicknesses, doctors, lawyers, or anybody in between. The banks, they run the show. They run the show. If the bank sets a limit, it's going to get met. If the bank sets, a stop, it's going to happen. It's just the way it works. Right? So all I'm saying is get ready. Get ready, because I believe this is coming back. We'll see what happens. We don't trade with bias. All right, guys, there you have it. So you see that? All we had to do is look at the bigger picture. We just look at the bigger picture. That's where so many traders kind of get caught up. We only look at what's right in front of us, but we need to see the bigger picture. You saw what happened when I went to that weekly chart and showed you how GA has been acting for, how many years now? Since 2016. This is not just a couple of little pips here and there. This is not just a little bit of movement, that's affected by a coronavirus and Aussie fires. That's part of it. But really, the market is trying to get back to where it wants to be, because the market is always going to try to get back to where it wants to be. All this abnormality is actually playing to our advantage when we know what we're doing. So I hope this really helped you a lot, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go to trendtrading.academy, become a student, and you can get the full video. This was actually a piece of one of our classes, and we're doing big things at TTA. You definitely want to be a student. Our team is eating. Our team is eating, okay? Stay tuned on the community, because I'm going to show you some pictures of what some of the students are saying. For now, though, I just want you to take what you learned today and really apply it to your trading really, kind of use that when you're charting, so we can get ready for all that 21 has for us. I'm gonna catch all of these pips together. All right, guys, if you want more value, watch this video right here. It's gonna help you bring more and more things, tie more and more things together, and help you to really take your trading to the next level. For now, I'll see you in the next video.